And we're back to your girl's favorite sports and lifestyle podcast. I am the Dusty Dynamo, Fat Face Fabio, the T.O. who's known to tiptoe around you hoes like I got turf toe. And the boys are in the building. Guest audience, 2 seconds. Too late. And with me as always.
You even do anything, guest audience. Damn. And it's, of course, your favorite light-skinned Trey, favorite horse in the barn. You know, Captain Jack Sparrow's favorite cousin. You know, it is what it is. And we got the man, the myth, the legend. Right here, the God himself.
The biggest thought on the pod.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut up. You're so annoying.
Josh got flew out.
I got flown out. I was going to take a thought picture for you, like one of those, but I'd just make you laugh, but I didn't.
For secretary?
Madam Secretary?
Like that?
Hey, I got a question. Hey, in 3 weeks, are you going to be like, miss it? I can't wait to go back. Or are you going to
Oh, I should. Just for you, though. All right, quick hitters as always.
Let's get it.
Quick hitter number 1. Would you rather have a daughter that did one porno or was a longtime stripper?
Wow.
One porno because it can get lost in the scouring of the internet. There's chances that she was a long-time stripper. More people have the chance of probably finding out and seeing it.
But what if you find that video and it gets like distributed to all your friends and family?
I mean, but that's a bigger what if than like her working at the local strip club in the city for 10 years and like not one of my boys are like I feel like that's an easier way for that news to get out. Like, don't get me wrong, we know females, or we're aware of females that we just know them that have done.
We just know.
They've done adult entertainment. And don't get me wrong, it only takes one person to just say it. But at the same time, it's like you have to also, for the most part, tell somebody kind of. Like people got to know what to look for. It's rare in these situations. Like most of the time when we're like, oh, she did that. It's not like, oh, dude, I was just on blank.com and ran into it. It's like, no, she told her homegirl who told somebody else who told somebody else.
Yeah. Because it's not the real name. Sorry, it's not the real name. Like if you did it, it wouldn't be Alonzo Wright. It'd be like Black Chocolate, on like Pornhub.
One of them was the real name, though. If you type her name in directly with the site, it is first and last.
That's wild. Yeah. That's wild. I think I'd have to go. I think the only reason why I'd have to go with the stripper for multiple years is because, a porno is just getting dogged. You know what I'm saying? You're getting dogged out. And I can't, and I'm not just gonna just sit there and just like, you know what, this one classy video, it's this is it. Like it's good stuff. Good job. Like no, I'm not. Yeah,
I'm with you. I'd rather have a daughter that was a long time stripper. It's a career.
Like I said, I've been to the strip club a lot. I spent a lot of money there. I've ran into some decent women that are getting their education. You know what I'm saying? Getting masters, smarter people than me. So she could be one of those.
I would also say this though. One porn is one sexual experience.
True.
Strip club, the connotation is the longer you work there, the more that you've probably done. I don't know if that's fair or not, but it is the assumption. So
I would say that's definitely an assumption.
So when you think about it, it's like she could. Me personally, I feel like she could be like, I tried it, I didn't like it. Go back to regular life.
Okay.
When you go to the strip club, it's like every day people just think she's just got fucking hot dogs on her face. It's not fair, but it's not fair.
It's an assumption, but yeah, I completely agree. I don't think it's fair to him.
All right, who's the greatest black coach of all time?
Jake Gaither.
Who's that?
My great uncle coached at FAMU, the most winningest black coach in black football in black collegiate football history. Over 200 wins, if I'm not mistaken.
Any sport.
Yeah. Shout out FAMU.
My initial, I want to go with either like Tony Dungy or like Mike Tomlin.
I'm going with Mike Tomlin.
Yeah. That was like the first one, but I want to throw Tony.
What about
Dungy.
Casey Jones for the Boston Celtics?
What about my man from he just passed, the dude from Georgetown? He's up there. I can't remember his name, but
I can't believe Thompson. Yeah. We're bad people for that.
I'm
John Thompson.
Yes, I think he should be in consideration.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
100%.
The Nets have now picked up Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge. Are they head and shoulders above the rest of the NBA?
No, because he's got two guys I got to make sure that both their lower bodies work. Like Blake Griffin, they're like, he's dunking. He's catching the ball and putting it in the net. I don't know. It's not a bang out. I
feel like the two additions don't make them that much better, but I do think they are the best team in the NBA.
I don't know why.
Agreed.
I know LaMarcus Aldridge went to the Spurs, and part of his issue with the Spurs was that he wanted to play team ball, and Pop kind of ISO'd him to the point where Pop even admitted that he dropped the ball on that.
Yeah, I saw that.
But here's the thing, though. LaMarcus Aldridge, whether he likes it or not, is an ISO player. Mm-hmm. That's what he does. He gets on the block. Like, if the triangle offense was a thing now, he would have eaten that shit. Mm-hmm. But at this point, he needs the ball. He doesn't rebound well enough. He's not mobile.
He's too old.
Yeah, he's not he's not bad, but he's not like a willing passer. So you just got a whole bunch of offensive options, but it's like, what did you actually do?
Yeah.
I would say if you get 75% of both of them, they're head and shoulders above the league.
I think you're right. Yeah.
You just need LaMarcus. People don't sleep on LaMarcus Aldridge in a sense. Like that man's great. Like he's a great player. Like that's not deniable.
7-time All-Star.
That's
How
what I'm saying.
far off
So
from the Hall of Fame is he?
he's Hall of Fame.
He's Hall of Fame.
He's Hall of Fame. 100%.
7-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA. I looked it up. 14
100%.
points a game this season, 5 rebounds, and 26 minutes a game.
If he gives them 12 and 6, 12 and 7, yeah, they're head and shoulders.
Who's better?
And it's more about LaMarcus Aldridge than it is about Blake Griffin.
Oh, that was my question.
Yeah,
LaMarcus
100%.
Aldridge brings more than Blake Griffin.
100%.
You'd say?
I don't think that's true at all. I think with the style that they play, Blake Griffin is more mobile. Like he'll run.
But you just said you need his lower body to work. But if he doesn't have his lower body and he can't do what Blake Griffin is known to do, then he's not the same player he was.
I think the 75 you're gonna get because I'm thinking about not peak 75%.
Yeah.
What is left of what is perceived to be left in the tank for either one of them, the 75% that it looks like Blake may have left compared to the 75%, and you got to think about the system. Like James Harden and them run. Like you know what I mean. LaMarcus Aldridge is going to be looking like Zoe at Salt Creek Park about 7 minutes into it because the Spurs run a real system. They're not just freelance, you know what I mean?
But I would argue that his game, LaMarcus Aldridge's game, works better and benefits him more at a 75% than Blake Griffin's does because he actually has a real post game. Blake Griffin, that's not what he's known for. He's known for being athletic.
But you're worried about his game. I'm worried about their game. And their game, the reason why Blake Griffin works is you got two guys who will mix the fuck out of anybody, and we've seen Blake Griffin's getting the easiest buckets because they're doing all the work, and he just backdoor cuts, and they just throw that shit. LaMarcus Aldridge is going to
be... He's a 15-footer. He's your outlet for the 15-foot. LaMarcus Aldridge is going to be
the Statue of Liberty, my nigga, in that paint.
Trust me, and around the 15 foot, like he hits that shot on a way more consistent level than Blake Griffin could dream.
And he's a liability on defense.
All right, if you could change one thing about San Diego, what would it be?
Anything.
I wish it rained a little more, and I wish San Diegans could drive in the rain better.
That's a good one. I love the rain.
I think that we think small-minded a lot. Like I think we look like we're the little brother to LA way too much than we really are. Like San Diego in itself is a beautiful city with a lot of like really great people, but we act like we're this small little city. Like I don't
think that. I tell people that San Diego, the top 10 biggest cities in America.
Yeah, but we are like factually we are, but I'm saying we don't act like it. Like people around San Diego don't act like we're a great city. Like they're like, oh, we're like a secret. I'm like, bro, we're a great city. People should know we're a great city.
I do believe though.
I don't know America's finest city.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's as much to do with the LA thing, but I get what you're saying to a certain degree. I also just feel like San Diego, the issue about like when you're saying that is most of San Diego's not from San Diego or they're first generation people from San Diego. Like we live in the South Bay and it's different. A lot of us are like we're Flagstaff down here, but you got to think about how many people like my dad's from South Carolina. There's so much Navy that comes
town
in and out of here, and like there's a lot of kids who are like, oh yeah, like I live here, but it's hard to have pride in things sometimes when you're the only part of your family that's somewhere because there's not like lineage, like we didn't build anything in this city.
I get that, and I'm just saying people that are from San Diego don't act as proud as they should.
I love that I'm from San Diego.
I'm really proud to be from San Diego.
I thought about mine. I'd bring a fucking sports. I'd bring a fucking football or a basketball team to San Diego. What the fuck are we doing?
100%. Okay, next question. Which NFL team has won the offseason?
Won the offseason?
Arizona.
You think Arizona with J.J. Watt?
I don't think that's even the one, bro.
Which one?
Talking about 75%ers. They get 75% of A.J. Green next to Nuke.
Oh,
I forgot.
God, crazy. They overpaid for J.J. Watt.
I totally forgot about that.
They did overpay.
Yeah.
But they did the two things you need besides obviously an offensive line and quarterback, like group wise, like position groups. You need to rush the passer and you need pass catchers. And they went and they addressed both of those. They addressed the pass. They've gone top tier receivers 2 years in a row. And AJ Green probably isn't who he was.
You're right. If they get 75%,
but I mean, if you get 900 yards, 5 touchdowns at AJ Green,
that's nice.
Bro,
that's nice. That's
chilling,
next to
bro.
him. I would go with kind of basic, but I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay and Buffalo. And the reason why I picked those two teams is because obviously, one of them won the Super Bowl, one of them was a step away from going to the Super Bowl, and they both got to keep absolutely everybody as if their teams did not change, and those teams were phenomenal. So, don't sleep on Buffalo. That was my whole thing last year. Somehow I called that. Don't know how I did it, but I did. And yeah, it's just wild.
Yeah, I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won because they retained all their players. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, no.
It's because
they were all willing. They're all willing to take pay cuts.
Exactly.
It's wild. So
It's because the salary cap is fake. Look up the term voidable years. None of this shit's real. None of it's real.
NFL contracts are fake as fuck.
They're super fake.
Did you have an idol as a kid?
An idol?
You like look up to somebody?
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of weight in the word idol. Like
I looked up to Kobe Bryant. Like I thought he was literally a superhero when I was a kid. Like when you're really little.
I'd say LeBron. I'd say LeBron James. I mean, obviously that's why I'm a LeBron guy. So yeah, ever since I first watched him and when he was in high school, his junior year, I was like, I'm in love. I was just like, that's the guy. And
that's the guy right there.
Right
there. Like, I would like bite my jersey like Kobe because I love Kobe.
Yeah, you were like that guy. That's hilarious.
I don't think I had like heroes like Dirk. I watched constantly, but I think it's like, because my mom told me at an early age the Charles Barkley quote of like, I signed up to play basketball and not be your kid's fucking role model. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I've always been able, even as a child, to be like, all right, once they step off the court, I don't really care what they do. Like, not like I don't care what they do. I don't want to be like looking up on the court to people, horrible people. Like, yeah, like
Karl Malone
or Rip Hamilton.
Karl Malone's a nasty motherfucker.
Yeah, stop. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think I don't think I had an idol. I think like the closest I would get, I guess, would be, and it's like so random. But when I was little, I like
Dennis Rodman.
No, it wasn't an idol. I watched the game, but I would think the only one that I was like, I can't believe this is a thing. This is like so random. But when Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 came out, and Kareem Campbell was on it. He was the only black guy.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Was a big fucking deal.
I do remember that. I used to skate with him all the time. Yeah. I love that game.
That's interesting. Have you ever left your house and forgot to put on deodorant?
I literally
100%.
I've never done it.
No, it's so funny. When I whistled to you, like, hey, give me a second, I was trying to find a new pack of deodorant I just bought. I could not find it. It was in my bathroom somewhere. I was like, dude, where the fuck? I just bought it.
For me, it's usually, I don't know if I've really forget because what happens, I'm so weird about smell and smelling good that I do this thing where I take a shower before I work, so I wake up in the morning, take a shower, and sometimes after the shower I won't put on deodorant because I'm like, oh, I work from home, downstairs, whatever. By the end of the day of just sitting in my chair from 9 to 5:30, I'll get to 4:30 and be like, what? And I like sniff my pits real quick, and I'm like, damn, deodorant does something. Wow.
Why don't you just put on the deodorant to start with?
I just don't know.
Like, I freak out if I don't have it on.
I freak out if I don't have it in public. But the fact that I'm in my room, my dungeon, yeah.
Josh also sweats the second. I know I'm the fat guy and the fat guy sweats, but the second we're not in AC, Josh is leaking. Hey, bro,
I don't sweat that much, bro.
You're the first, bro. You're the first one to sweat.
I'm just soft. That's all it is. I don't sweat that much. All right, what's the most random thing you've ever bought on Amazon?
On Amazon?
Oh, when the pandemic started. And my mom was working from home. She was pissing me off. So I bought Nerf guns. So when she would make me mad, I'd shoot her from the top of the stairs.
You really bought Nerf guns to shoot your mom?
Yes.
Yeah, there's Nerf guns at his house just randomly on the floor.
Okay, what about you, Travis?
I'd say, because I'm a huge advocate of this, definitely poopery. You know what I'm saying? And to-go poopery. Like,
what's that?
You don't know what poopery is? Let me put you on game. Let me put the people on game if you don't know. So, poopery, if you got to take a shit. Like I usually do, and I'm weird about taking shits in public. I don't like in other people's houses. I hate smelling that. I used to be a toilet clogger back in the day. I used to be infamous for it.
Niggas need a colon blaster.
Yeah, it was wild. Blaster. So they have poopery, and what you do is you can use it after or before, but you spray it in the water, like 2 sprays before you take a duke, and you'll never know that it was there. They smell like lemons or lilacs or something like that, and it's why and there's like little to-go ones. There's like the big house one where you obviously for the house, but they had like these little twos for to-go, and like we've gone to like PB or gone to downtown, put in the back pocket if I had to do it. Never know I was there.
But it's funny though because it doesn't smell like you took a shit, but like Travis introduced this to the squad like probably 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's funny because when you walk in and you smell it, I'm just like, this nigga just took a shit.
When it smells like lemon, the most famous one is the lemon one, and it's like super potent. Like of course, because you don't want to smell shit, bro. But like like obviously, if someone uses poopery and you walk in, it smells like lemons. You're like, that son of a bitch.
Like honest to God, is one of the funnier things.
Yeah, the most random thing I've ever bought on Amazon is those little diamond earrings people have. Mm-hmm. I bought those for my car, like the little things you put for your tires when you fill them up with air.
Oh no way!
Yeah,
that's
so
kind of hard.
So my car's like bedazzled right now. Yeah,
I respect
the most random shit I ever bought on.
That was a purchase. Definitely
that goes
after
perfect with your persona with the long hair. It's just beautiful.
The douche-mobile.
Brody Jenner would definitely buy those.
Yeah, sure. Exactly.
You definitely bought that after midnight. I know that.
100%. That was a 2 a.m. purchase.
Dude, all my worst Amazon purchases come after 2 a.m.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I haven't, yeah. When I order it during the day, I'm like, I need this. I'm like, anything I need that's like important before 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's
anything
funny.
after 2 a.m. wildly reckless, bro. So to start, I want to ask Travis this because you brought this up, Josh. There was a recent poll or survey or whatever about the most hated NBA players on IG. Like, you post something post game or just anything, and the players who get the most hate. And this isn't really a topic. I just want to see if you can guess the two because I've seen Josh ask me, and I think I got like the number one, like the fourth try. Like, it took me a while, and we asked Dale and Will. Shout out to What's on the Menu Daily. We asked them, and they were fucking nowhere near. Like, they said the most. So, who do you think two on
Instagram?
Yeah, on Instagram.
The most hated. So you said, they post something and they don't. He gets shit in the comments. They're getting railed.
I'll give you a big hint.
Okay.
Both are point guards.
That's a great hint.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, this is gonna sound wild. Is one of them Patrick Beverly?
No, but I'm not mad at that.
I want to talk shit to that guy.
Think bigger.
Westbrook?
Number 2.
Okay.
Who's number 1?
Who gets the most? No way Curry's getting the most hate. You know, I couldn't imagine that.
Number 1.
Steph Curry?
Bro.
No way. Really?
I mean, you got to think about
that. Is basic. I mean, I guess that is the basic thing. I just think that people suck his dick
surprised.
so much.
I was surprised. Yeah.
Exactly.
But
you know,
you say that, but I feel like this, like people hate him. First of all, Laker fans. No, not even that. Laker fans hate the Warriors because they feel like they took all the bandwagon Laker fans. Like, think about this. I'm not. There was a "fuck Steph Curry" song at one point.
There was.
Think about this. People attacked his daughter in the press conference. They're like. I know it sounds like, oh,
people hate his wife.
People hate his wife, and then they kind of fat shamed her, and then she got super skinny, and then they brought back the receipt saying, "I don't have to do this to look good," and then she ended up doing it. Hey, all power to you though. All power.
I don't think that was the issue people had with her. This is funny because I wasn't trying to get into this because we talked about it, but fuck it, we're here now. She said that she felt like inadequate or felt unwanted the fact that men didn't look at her a certain way because her husband was who her husband was. Yeah. And I think this actually goes back to like the social media thing we talk about is like, who are you doing it for?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
are you doing this for the clout or are you here for your mans?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you asked a quick hitter a long time ago and I forget what it was, but you were saying something like something like, would you rather have a dime or like a 7 or something like that? And my response was more like, if she's a dime to me, it doesn't matter what the world looks like because I'm not doing it for everybody else. It's about what I look at her. And I can understand women have different mentals, like the world views them differently. But I was I would say this, like, not to her point. I feel like, what does Steph Curry say at home to like comfort her in that? Because like, I feel like as a man, like, what do you say, like, because if we're gonna
that is our job.
Yeah, no, it is
one of the jobs.
But if you're gonna be like, all right, let's talk how we talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if like you said that to me, I'd be like, I get it. Like, we're gross. But the first thing I'd be like, how am I supposed to comfort you about other niggas? Like, you know what I mean?
I can't control that.
Yeah, I can like it's one thing to feel wanted, but like I don't think that's I don't know, maybe she just didn't phrase it the way that she was saying correctly. Because no, like, there's a difference between like not feeling like wanted by men and then just being blatantly ignored as like men come up to greet your husband. So I don't know if she was more talking to like like people come up to us and I'm not even there, or if like men don't even look at me when I'm not even with him because I'm with him. You know what I mean? Because I think those are two different.
They are. I would agree.
Yeah, because like, look at D Wade. There's multiple videos of Gabrielle Union dapping up D Wade's homies. Like, she doesn't like. There's no hugs. Her and
of course,
J. Cole,
I seen it from the movies.
Yeah, her and J. Cole had like a real dap of. I was like, damn, Gabrielle Union got the snap at the end and everything. But it's like you look at Gabrielle Union, it's like, okay, she's with D Wade, but it's like, is it because she's an actress that you give her a little bit more respect in that nature and you have to acknowledge her?
I think so.
Yeah. So Josh has a hot take that he believes that the Del Mar Fair is overrated.
It's not a hot take. It is over. Me and many other people think it's overrated.
Okay,
I'm not the only
but
person.
here's
Michelle
the thing.
agrees with me.
First of all, there's no Michelle. There's only a audience. Secondly,
thank you, Michelle.
Michelle.
It's Michelle.
Del Mar Fair is overrated.
Okay,
it's fucking overrated.
But here's the thing, though. You have to be aware of who you are in the argument.
Yeah.
Josh loves. Can I say something? I'm sorry. I
go,
didn't know you were
ahead.
Jeff Dunham.
Go ahead. Enlighten the people. That
why are you? I haven't even said anything yet.
What are you going to say though?
This is great.
I was going to say this. Josh is someone who, by his own admittance,
Yes.
doesn't like spending money on women that are not his girlfriend.
Facts.
Yet, does not have a girlfriend. Secondly, Josh will also lie to you about how much money he spends on a date. Because if we're going to really talk about it, my nigga, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
But secondly, but most importantly is this, Josh. When you go into something, in my personal opinion, is like this. Don't spend money you can't afford to lose. That's just life in general. That's life in general.
Great advice.
But I also believe this. Everyone chooses to spend what they want to spend on. But the one thing I learned a long time ago in regards to finances is this. Experiences are priceless. Like that MasterCard commercial is real. So I believe when you go into certain things and you don't like, yes, you may spend X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though. If you have a lifelong memory on said X amount of dollars, it's cool. Because I'll say this. I've gone to the Del Mar Fair broke as fuck and spent $200, and I'll be honest, I've had the same amount of fun. The money's not a factor. The environment.
I love that you brought it full circle with that, because I would like to. That's where I feel like it's not overrated. Is the fact that, like he said, it's all about the experience. It's what you make out of it. Like like I said, I've gone, to the Del Mar Fair for different reasons. I've done different things when I'm there.
Yes.
Like you said, each time I have a blast, and I'm like, I'm going next year, and I'm spending $250 again.
Yeah.
But I've also gone and spent $15
Exactly.
and lost my wallet. I lost my wallet at the fair one time.
You had a great old time.
Am I lying?
You're not.
Hey.
Bro,
That's why we're different.
It might have
I'd be so pissed.
It might have been the actual, like, it might actually been the most fun I had there was the time I had, like, I lost my wallet halfway through.
I had one meal.
Yeah.
I had one meal.
Luckily, I lost it right
With
after
the funnel cake.
Right after I ate, I lost it. Thank God, because I would have been, I would have starved. We were there like 6 more hours. All I'm saying is, to your point, because I'm not even gonna let you talk because it's gonna frustrate
No, let him talk.
No, because
How do I not get to talk?
Because first of all, you had time when you
He sipped that coffee way too many times for him not to want to talk. I gotta hear something.
I just want to know, Josh, how often do you go into situations that you know you're gonna have to spend money and it's not actually the number one thought when you have? Because I seen you. I know how you do dates. I know how when we go out, and I feel like this. You're not broke. And you're not even cheap because you'll spend money on what you choose to spend money on. Mm-hmm. But I feel like a lot of times, and this is just as your friend, you cut off your own fun and the ability to enjoy the moment by being like, damn, this is a $17 drink. Instead of being like, damn, that was a $17 drink. I'm never going to order this again. This will never fucking happen again. But for this experience,
I'm with it.
Yeah, it was with it. How many? I have a question. Better question. How many things?
How many questions get asked this man?
I don't give a fuck about Josh right now.
Ask me questions, but doesn't let me answer.
Much. I'm the captain now.
I just want to say though, as much as I would like to admit to this point, we low-key came into this saying that we weren't going to attack Josh financially about this, and that's exactly what happened.
I'm attacking his ability to not embrace experiences.
Okay.
Please go. I'm a big experience guy.
Yeah, you are. You do a lot of things.
I like going.
You do a lot of things.
I've been quoted as saying you never remember the day you stay home. I have said that.
Yes.
Okay. My thing is, if you have to get absolutely fucked up to go somewhere, then it's overrated. Mm-hmm. Why can't it just be fun not being fucked up?
American Junkie is overrated?
I didn't say that. But you can have fun at American Junkie and not be fucked up.
Were you
I'm saying Del Mar Fair.
Were you not on this podcast 2 weeks ago saying one of my favorite things to do is get drunk? Because we will pull up the tape.
No, I do like getting drunk.
Okay.
But I'm
proceed.
But I'm saying if you have to get drunk to go somewhere and have fun, then it wasn't that fun to begin with. Therefore, it's overrated.
Would you go? Oh no, go.
Let him go.
That was it. That's what I had.
Would you go? All right, then. I don't believe that's true because everything we do on the weekend, if there was no alcohol, you would go do something else.
That involves alcohol?
Like, think about what we do on the weekends. Even during quarantine, everywhere we go, you drink. You don't have to get fucked up, but you drink. If we went to those places and they didn't have alcohol, especially when the world opens back up, you would not frequent them. And you know why you wouldn't frequent them? Because you don't like being anywhere where there's a bunch of dudes and a number of chicks and there's no alcohol. If there's one thing I know,
Josh is all about his ratios.
Yeah, if there's one thing
I can have fun without alcohol.
I
that's
agree
not, but that's half of the argument. That's half of the argument. That's half of the argument.
You're saying your point is if I go to Kate Sessions, it's not as fun if you don't drink, which is true.
100%.
Yeah, the difference between Kate Sessions and the park. There's no carnies at the park fucking talking shit to me, okay? Like, the worst thing about the Del Mar Fair is I got these assholes that are like, oh, you just do this. You just shoot it. Like,
just ignore them. I hate it, too. Trust me. I hate it. And they look at me because they think I'm an athlete. Hey, and
then they roast you for your girl.
Right? And I'm just like, piece of shit.
Yeah. Like, and they always stare at your girl like, look at this. this. Look at this. And I'm like, motherfucker, I know what you're doing.
Hey, I will say though, Del Mar Fair, there's talent. You know, there is
tons
talent.
of talent. San Diego in general has talent.
Also, can we talk about this between the two of you? Remember when I was like, "Hey, Trav, the whole taking your girl to the
Del Mar Fair?
No. Oh God. To play basketball.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, bro,
loving basketball.
She's not there to fuck you. Why do you get like so like aggressive towards him just because he brought his girl?
Oh yeah.
This is the same like. You need to work on your own version of self-esteem toxicness. Because, no, time out. No, let me finish. Let me finish. No, let me finish. Because if you're basing your experience, if one of your arguments for this experience not being worth it is that, no offense to people, get a job, get paid, young nigga, get paid. But if you're letting what is usually a grown-ass man with a 6-foot-long key lanyard and an oversized shirt that's probably been sweating his balls off all day frustrate you to the point that it's making
working
you
at
feel,
the Del Mar Fair.
Working at the Del Mar Fair that frustrates you to the point that it affects your mood and the way you view the experience and what's going on next to your girl, and that's triggering you, you need to take a time out.
Oh, probably. But
yeah, because that's a you problem. That's not a them problem.
Travis, I know you're with me. You don't get pissed off when that guy is like shooting the baskets and you're a basketball player and he's like, "Oh, I thought you played basketball."
Fuck that guy.
Exactly. Thank you.
Hate him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna let it ruin my experience. And one thing I would like to say about the Del Mar Fair though, because like I said, I go every single year because I like the experience. I love eating the wild.
I'm glad you like it.
I love eating the wild foods and just all that stuff. And just usually I go with a gang of people and it's just a good time. Like if you like the last time I went to the Del Mar Fair, I made it like I had got my job, so I had big boy money. I said, I don't give a damn what the cost is. I'm getting obliterated in the Del Mar Fair. I will say, if anyone's not done it, it's a great time. Let me tell you, it's a great time to get obliterated. It's like
a festival with no music.
It is a lot of money, though. I'll give you that. Like, to find shots, number one, like, to find liquor is hard. You have to go to a specific place, and they're like $12 shots for some crappy whiskey. But, you know, I end up spending like $130 just on liquor itself. But, yeah.
Off the cuff, I got a question.
Please.
Is it more expensive to get fucked up at the Del Mar Fair or get fucked up at a Padre game?
Ooh, well, that's a good question.
It's a close one, right? Do we have the audience have an answer on this one?
Oh, is it
Well,
more?
she knows.
I agree with you. I think the Padre. Bro, that
yeah,
shit
the
is
liquor,
crazy
the liquor, because you can find the tall cans, because you can get the tall cans at the Del Mar Fair.
Yeah, they sell tall cans at the Padre game.
Yeah, but they're super they're
$12.50.
They're oh god.
Now you're talking my language, Travis.
Exactly.
But you know what though? I'll say this: Padre game, yes, that might be a thing. But it's been known like sports.
But that's an experience.
Sports stadiums around the country have been lowering their prices on the food, like
they should.
Yeah, as they should.
Because you're supporting their team.
Yeah, but also
100%.
That's
100%.
Yeah.
But I also think there's more.
Well, and I have way more fun at a Padres game when I'm tossed. Let me tell you.
Oh, for sure.
I think, but I'll say
because the team was so bad before you had it.
That's very.
But now
true.
it's like I actually have to pay attention.
Yeah,
like,
now I can pay attention. You're damn right.
But
John.
I also will say this though. I would probably drink less at the Padre game, not because it's more expensive, but because I have to actually. You can't like.
Yeah,
you have to.
I
Get
agree
up,
with
That's
that.
a valid point.
I would.
That's a
Yeah,
valid point.
I
like,
agree with that.
I feel like this. Like I might spend more money at the fair, but that's because the accessibility is
the
easier.
tickets, the games.
Like,
if you have a woman, you got to put on a show.
Yeah, like
you have to get
think
funnel cake. You have to get the cinnamon buns. Like it's just if you don't, you're not doing it right.
You're not getting the full experience.
Yeah, you're not doing it right.
Okay, but then also you
walk past the cars that you're not going to buy, but you're like, damn, it's a good price.
If I had an extra $27,000,
walk past the pigs and stuff. Like maybe go look at a little bit of art. I've done that before. Like you'll go into the art section because I'm tossed. You know what I'm saying? I'm thrashed. So,
yeah, and I think that's what I think the part that you're not giving the Del Mar Fair credit for is it's one of the few times during the year that you can just like walk around somewhere drunk as fuck. Like you get to just experience, like downtown, you can't have a drink. Like you're walking around, but you're bumping into people. True. You're dressed up. You go PB. It's very much similar. Like
you see all the vendors. You ever see how they're selling hot tubs and stuff? I'm like, oh,
you pick up the puka shells. And
exactly.
Like, why am I holding this? I don't know. I'm fucked up.
It's like the people watching. You get the people watch.
People watching.
And you get to like vendor
Zoe's
watch.
favorite thing.
Yeah,
I love people
exactly.
watching.
So it's like the best people watch. Great talent watch. A great talent show. You get to watch people go under the hypnotism thing.
Shouts out to Tori Parra. I saw that
watched
live.
that. Yeah, I watched it with Tori. It's great every single time. People do random things. Like it's just the one time of the year that you get to do it. You know,
it's off the top of my head, those are the only two places in San Diego I can think of where you can get fucked up and just like walk around. Right, Padre games and the Del Mar Fair.
Yeah,
and even the Padre game because Petco isn't like when Petco first opened.
Sessions Park.
Yeah, but
big facts. Big facts.
Those are facts. Yeah, I'm not gonna, but that's on a slant. That's like the X Games.
You never know who's tumbling.
Yeah. Oh fuck! I can't believe I forgot to say that. But the Petco's not even as fun as it used to be because I remember when Petco first opened, it was the stadium of the future. You know,
it's the best. It's the best.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like the attractions, and maybe it's because we're older. But like, remember when Petco opened, they had all the new PS2s there. Like they had like 60 PS2s throughout. Like, I
think it's adulting now because now I feel like Petco as the best park in the nation and whatnot. Now they have all these exotic foods and all these places that Phil's Barbecue and all these big name places that they're throwing into the park. It's almost like going to a restaurant and going to a restaurant in the park now. So it's like I feel like it's more for the adult crowd. Like that's what it's for
downtown. Now. Oh, my little brother asked me the question. This is. And you brought up the food. I don't believe Petco has exotic food whatsoever. I think if there's one thing,
exotic is a wrong word choice there.
Well, I wouldn't even say unique. I think if there's one thing Petco has dropped the ball on, and this is weird because San Diego has such a good, like the Padres has such a good farm system, and one of the biggest factors in the farm system is the foods, the snack bar. That's how you keep people going to like these AA, AAA games. If you like the Dodgers have the Dodger dog, like I forget.
I need some San Diego State high school chili cheese fries there.
Yeah, no, and
you know what I'm saying?
My little brother asked me this. He said, "What is the food that Petco's known for?"
They don't have one.
And I was like, the nachos? Maybe. I don't know.
It's the nachos, but
it's they got Ballast Point and they got Phil's. They got Ballast Point and they got.
But that's not Petco. That's a Ballast Point. What is Petco known for?
Petco's known for the beer. They're not known for a food. That is what it is.
That's a San Diego thing.
Way to do it. Way to do it.
There we go. Okay. So in breaking news, two things happened in the world that I feel like we should just talk because one of them happened right here in our own hometown, and the other one is just so blasphemous. Someone needs to explain this shit to me. Number one. Baseball player had 21 pounds of meth in his bags. The article reads, and I quote, Jesus, two hyphenated last names I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce and or butcher, of Tempe, Arizona, was taken into custody in Colorado. By police for having a large amount of methamphetamine, more than a pound of oxycodone pills in a duffel bag in his vehicle. Okay, so this does change up the story that they put out because they made it seem like he had these pills on the team bus. Or like he had the meth, like he was going to like.
I didn't even hear this. I feel like I walked upon this story, but I didn't really.
Well, the way it was presented to me was he was because spring training is happening right now. Obviously, they made it seem like he was going onto a team bus to get to spring training, but now this article says it was in his own vehicle.
Yeah.
So and also is
we've seen plenty of NFL players with pounds.
It's funny, but we don't talk about this. Baseball players are low key known as the traffickers. What's my man's name? He used to play for the Dodgers and the Padres, the pitcher. He's actually in Donovan right now. Got caught selling like
Esteban Loaiza.
Yeah, got caught with the kilos, bro.
Mar Vista High School.
Shouts to Dago.
South Bay.
South Bay for real. Yeah, because you know what's so funny? We get on the football and we get on the basketball players because they get caught. They get caught doing drugs. You know, obviously there's Sam Hurd, like probably the goat of that trafficking shit. But I'm just like, bro, I'm like, we don't give the baseball guys credit for how fucking scummy they are. Like, and you know what's crazy is? I'm gonna say this, even though he got caught in his vehicle, if you needed extra cash and you were able to take the team bus, even though you are police escorted, which is probably the dumbest thing you could do. But I'm not going to lie, that doesn't sound like the worst idea. Like, if I'm going to be able to get, like, on this charter that probably won't get stopped by the cops until we get in the area, and I'm a mule, and I can just put it in my duffel bag with the rest of my equipment, it's idiotic as fuck. But I can understand how someone desperate, like on a single A, double A contract, probably who's got to send money, like, to whatever family he has, thinks, I can get away with this. Until they open it up and see white squares and he's not the third base coach.
This is kind of like a weird move, I feel like. I don't know. You think it's a smart move?
Obviously, it's not smart. You got caught.
But you think it was kind of like pre-planned?
I got to see how desperate it is. But I've been saying this, bro. The pandemic, the streets are hungrier than ever.
Yeah.
You don't know who's broke. You don't know who needs it. You know what I mean? People had a lifestyle that they probably couldn't maintain.
That's a lot, though. Plus the opioids, bro.
Bro, damn. 21 pounds of meth? You know what Santee would do with 21 pounds of meth?
Santee and Lakeside.
Hey, Santee Lakeside, you could be offended, but I'm going to say this. In high school, in my health class, they said the most meth-related arrests for 10 straight years was at a Lakeside, and that was a public documentary. They put y'all on blast, so don't be mad at me. Be mad at Sweetwater School District for making that a mandatory. And number two, because we were talking about experiences this week.
Yeah.
This is a Josh move, I feel like. Josh, you want to experience? You want to not spend money? Take your kid to the zoo, hop the fence.
Oh my God!
I saw that.
What enclosure was he in? Was it with the
elephants?
The elephants.
But they charged them.
Oh.
They did charge him?
No, I'm saying the elephant charged him. Like, the elephant came at this man. Who's the dumbass who goes in there? Just like, who goes to the zoo and like, you know what? I heard he's a 25-year-old parent, so of course that's why he's an idiot. But
was it San Diego Zoo?
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're world famous, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And he just because you really can step in, but like, who's dumb enough to step in an enclosure with the biggest land mammal in history? In a sense, like what? Like
that's not even the dumbest part. Why'd you take your kid with you, bro?
And then he trampled. He lost the kid in action at first. He got out first and then had to pull the child because he stumbled over him or something. Like he's trying to get out because this elephant's coming at him and he freaks out. There's about maybe a foot and a half in between, the space so you can, step through. He tries to get through and accidentally his kid doesn't get through. And then the elephant's right there, if the elephant really wanted to charge, if the elephant would have charged, the child would have been injured 100%. If it would have fully went, oh my God.
I wanted so badly to blame white people for this, but I'm gonna go with the latter and blame our generation and Instagram. Because
I could see that.
I can't
for
even,
the clout.
I can't even blame the Caucasians for this one. This is because niggas have cameras on their phone. This is literally.
You haven't seen it?
No, I just want to know what the mom said. You had Susie for the weekend. What happened?
Hey, I was gonna say, you want to know the quickest way to find out that the parents aren't together, and the quickest way, dude, how do you argue child support in court? After this, there's no way. If she's oh, I want custody. I want 100% custody.
She got it.
Yeah,
bro. You can never outgrow you left your kid with the elephant.
I'm telling you, he's lucky that the elephant. What they do, all these charging animals and stuff like that. They'll get super close to you, but they won't actually hit you because they don't. They're trying to figure out what they're doing too.
Yeah.
If that elephant took 2 more steps, something's happened to that kid. If he charged the fence, something would have happened.
That would have been terrible, man. Oh
I saw it and I was like, this guy is an idiot. Oh my God, yeah, wow.
Okay, we have breaking news. Thanks to the gallery. Shout out. So, my man with the meth, going back to that, was on his way to a youth facility for a camp, like a training facility for little kid camp, and when arrested, told the officer he was offered $500 whole dollars to run that.
$500?
$500.
He's the dumbest guy in the world.
Am I reading this right? Dude.
What?
Okay, so let's do a new segment.
I don't know.
Who is dumber? Because I think this is actually a really good, who's the bigger dumbass here? Because one left their child with an elephant. One risked his life, career, and freedom for $500. Both of them are going to be costly. Because I'm just assuming
that's a good question. Who is dumber? Putting your child at risk in an elephant enclosure.
It's the dad, bro, because the child was involved.
Yeah, I think I think that's what it is.
Somebody else's life.
Yeah,
now.
it's child.
Okay,
yeah,
playing devil's advocate here, I feel not saying this. I feel like you can think because people are stupid. They look online, and I'm not defending them. I'm just trying to keep the conversation going. You could be like, "Oh, let me get this quick picture with this elephant. I'm gonna hop this fence. Don't think the elephant's gonna come at me real quick, and then slide back in." Not saying that's the plan. High risk, high reward. But let's be honest, that picture, as much as I want to be that's dumb as fuck, that picture would be fucking fire. Let's just be honest. You got to risk it to get the biscuit. You know what I mean? But at the same time, but for $500.
Yeah, that guy's a dumbass.
First of all, 21 pounds of meth is crazy, my dude. For $500.
How about this?
Bro, that's not even a 46 of how much that meth.
So how about this? So to break up, I think the way that we would break it up here is if you are a single individual, if that was just a guy taking a picture with an elephant, the guy with $500 is obviously more of a dumbass.
Facts.
The fact that the child, like you said, Josh, is brought in, you can't not say that. So obviously the child is what breaks it, messes the whole equation up. If they're both just two men, it's definitely $500. Because my God, like what?
What are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing,
bro?
That's crazy as fuck.
And to close out the show, I asked Josh a question yesterday. It's gonna be our last topic because we're running a little over. I'm gonna ask you this, Trav.
Oh, me.
The Warriors made the finals without Kevin Durant.
Facts.
Greatest record of all time. Lost in 7. Draymond got suspended. Yada yada.
Yep.
The Nets have made all these moves
with
no Kevin Durant. And they're in a pretty good spot without him playing.
Number 2 in the East.
Kevin Durant, a generational talent.
Facts.
That might even be an understatement.
Best probably scorer of all time.
Is Kevin Durant actually as good? Or is Kevin Durant? He is as good as what we think he is. Mm-hmm. But something looking good and its actual value is Kevin Durant's value to a team. Actually, is he not allowing us to see his actual value by the way that he's taken into free agency?
I mean,
because he only goes places like that, and obviously he got there first. The Kyrie thing, like a lot of these moves probably don't happen unless Kevin Durant's already there. But if you take him off the Nets right now, still probably make the finals.
Yeah,
you take him off the Warriors and make the finals. The last time Kevin Durant had to prove his actual value,
he lost 3-1 to the Warriors. Yeah.
Should that be written? As much as we give LeBron and these other guys, like, you know what's crazy? And I know I'm a homer and I always talk about this. We called Dirk soft after the finals loss. And he didn't skip bail. He had to prove his value. Mm-hmm. Karl Malone had to prove his value and then arguably never did. Mm-hmm. Charles Barkley had to prove his value and then arguably never did. Mm-hmm. And then you have guys like Robert Horry who have tons of value but aren't that talented. They just have that type of thing. Uh-huh. What does Kevin Durant need to do over the next few years to prove to us that he's actually worth all this? Because I'll say this, at this point, if you just go to the best team and you're always a 20-point scorer on the best team, are you actually the best player? Or are you just the best player on the best team? And I know that sounds weird to say if you're the best player on the best team, are you actually the best player in the league? But I think that's an arguable point because I'll say this. Bradley Beal is showing value right now on a shitty team. Mm-hmm. Like, every win they get, he got to work for that. Like,
he needs to drop 50.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Russell Westbrook, as much as I personally am not a big fan of this play style, he shows his value every day. You know what I mean? Like,
I say we know how valuable Kevin Durant is. We see it, we know it because kind of like you said, we know what he's capable of, but he hasn't shown it the way that the superstars and the Kobes and the LeBrons and some of the other greats, the way that they showed it. That's why I have a slander against KD when it comes to this, because he hasn't won when he has to really be that guy. There's always someone next to him. There's always something, like, even if he wins with the Nets, I still won't count this as valid because he has James Harden and he has fucking Irving and LaMarcus Aldridge now and Blake Griffin. Like, I won't respect it. I won't respect it. And so I think we know his value. He just hasn't won the way that a lot of people want him to win, because we want you to win when your back's up against the wall and it's you or nothing. Mm-hmm. Not Steph Curry, not Klay Thompson, not Irving, not James Harden. You. It was you and Westbrook and a bunch of other guys that were low key kind of good. You had a squad. That was your time to shine. And what you did is you ran to the 72-10 team. And then after you won your thing there and you didn't, which he was great, right? Like you said, your point, he did his thing. Then he decided to go to Brooklyn and do
which was fine originally.
Which was fine originally with Irving or with Kyrie, yeah, and that was fine. But then James Harden came into the mix, blown up, done. Don't respect it.
Wow,
don't respect it.
No, I'm kind of with you on
All
that.
right, and the last one I'm going to say: does this mean? And I asked you this yesterday, that we need to give Scottie Pippen more credit?
I'd say, fuck yeah.
Because I feel like Jordan leaves, and the fact the Bulls are even competitive.
They were 55. They only lost like 3 or 6 more games than the year before.
He goes to Portland, goes to a conference championship, barely loses it. You know what I mean?
He was never the guy on that team.
He wasn't, but like he had value though. Like even in that old age, he showed value though. Like I think Kevin Durant has his own goals, and I get it. I feel like he clearly moves on his own accord, but I'm just not a fan of the shine from adversity.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? No, I mean that's the best way to put it. That's a time.
Let me cut this promo again, ladies. I know some of you are going to be disappointed. We're not going to give away the little spoon. I apologize. Travis's hair his eyebrow lady is available still. But we're going to add something to the Josh date. Don't worry, because we want Josh to experience life without having to think about financial responsibilities, and we want him to just enjoy what he's going through. Me and Travis will sponsor your Del Mar Fair date with Josh. If you just leave a comment right here underneath this picture, you'll be automatically entered to go with this sexy 7-year-old Samoan. Sexy. The South Bay Savant. The Sultan of Single. You know what I mean? He is the man, and he'll be your man. For just one comment, you will be able to find out before July 4th, because that is when the Del Mar Fair ends.
Yes.
And JP25 Media is out.
Bang.